Hey everybody, welcome back to the weekly Nerf War Roundup. It is a wonderful Saturday morning, and why not make that Saturday morning even more wonderful with some awesome Nerf War gameplay videos for you all. Last week on YouTube, there were over 4,200 videos uploaded with the tag Nerf War gameplay, and only the videos that I'm bringing you today in this video are actual Nerf War gameplay videos. And before we actually get into this, I've been getting a lot of questions from people asking about how they can get featured on the show or what they need to do in order to get featured on the show, and I guess I haven't really explained that clearly, so here goes. This show is intended to be a one-stop search for everything Nerf War gameplay related, which is to say, if you are a video creator and you upload gameplay videos on a regular basis or even just a one-off event, I would love to feature it on this show and just give it a shout out to you so that we all can kind of understand what's going on in the global world of Nerf and appreciate the gameplay footage that everybody else is creating. All you have to do, if you upload a video, it's very hard for me to find it. I do my best. I look through, again, 4,200 videos that get uploaded every single week to try to find and sift through them. It's really helpful though if you find me on Instagram, if you find me on the RNerf Discord, and just give me a nice little shout out and say, hey, look, I'm this person, this is my channel name, I uploaded this video, would you please feature it? And the answer is and always will be yes. With that said, in weeks that are going to be very content heavy, which is to say there's a lot of different channels producing a lot of different gameplay videos for us, it's going to be a little bit hard for me to do what I want to do all the time, which is to shout out you guys, do the card icon at the top right over that way, and also like the most powerful thing that I have as the show host for this video series is the top, what I'm calling the top spot, which is that featured video that opens up at the end of the end screen video. For that reason, if there is a particular week that is heavy on content, for instance, this week is relatively heavy on content, I won't necessarily be able to dish out cards to every single video creator. So I'm going to be using the card icons as kind of like my stamp of approval, if you will, that I liked something about this video or this person's like video editing style, and I think that other people would as well. And then the last thing, just in terms of ranking, will be my top spot video, which will be featured last, and it will also show up somewhere down over this way, or maybe over this way, depending on where I put it, where the frame is on this video, for that end screen that you can click and go right on through to that video. There's not going to be any sort of ranking as like which video this week is 5th versus 4th. I'm not really interested in that. It's just kind of a stamp of approval that like, hey, something about this is kind of cool. With that said, let's get into this week. Real quick, last week I goofed, and even though I got into a really nice conversation with this next video creator on Instagram, I totally forgot and I left out his videos, and that sucks. So this brings us to a segment that I call Show Host. Here we go. Bring on the shame. This video creator is called DeBrainz Nerf. He brings this video called Zombie Squads. I believe he's taking video through a blaster mounted or maybe a head mounted iPhone camera. So it's a narrow angle view, which I don't necessarily appreciate that much. However, one thing that really works well to his advantage is that he's playing in an outdoor setting with not a lot of cover. So even though it's like, you know, relatively shaky when he moves around really quickly, or it's that narrow field of view, you do get a lot of information out, and it's also a really enjoyable video. There's actually one more that I'm going to be talking about later on this episode as well, and you should definitely go check it out. I believe he's a member of the SCNC, but I'll get into that with his next video shout out. Again, click the card in the top right if you want to go check that out. Let's get into it. So this week we've got 2 videos from Newport Nerfer113, both of which are a game mode that he calls lockdown or freeze tag. So he's got 2 different game modes for this. I believe that it's essentially kill confirmed, although I guess I don't really understand what the respawn rules are for that, or what the tag out rules are for that. He's using a Mega Magnus in both videos. They're pretty fun. The first video starts off a little slow, but it gets pretty exciting around the 4-minute mark. The second video also has some cool, nice slow-mo action shots and stays pretty actiony throughout the entire video. Links are going to be down in the description if you want to check those out. Next up, we have a video from content creator Lightning Eagle 14. This is Free For All Zombies. It's the same usual setup in his backyard setting. He's using a smartphone head cam. It's a free-for-all battle, except this time, when you're out of respawn lives, you get turned into a zombie, which is kind of exciting and fun. As always, link to that is going to be down in the description down below. Next up, we've got a video creator called ScottJS, who has, I guess he films videos in what appears to be a church. They're interesting videos. They're pretty long-form videos. This one that I'm talking about in particular is Infected, his HVZ video. It's a long-form video clocking in at about 17 minutes unedited. It's a very dark location, but it also kind of is cool because it makes for a very suspenseful mood throughout the entire video. One cool thing that I do want to say about this guy's channel and this guy's video editing style, even though the video quality itself is kind of subpar, he does a really good job at changing the mood based on what's happening in the actual gameplay with background music. It's very like video game inspired, where he'll add these little subtle changes in music to make it a little bit more suspenseful of a mood or a little bit more actiony when things start to go a little bit awry. And I really appreciated and enjoyed it. There's also a Capture the Flag video that he uploaded. Pro tip real quick before you click on the link for that video, it is crazy loud in the beginning. I don't know exactly why he chose to include this in the video, but it is very loud. It normalizes out after the first 10 seconds though. So if you do click on that link, make sure you like turn your volume off or click through until the 10 seconds into the video where it normalizes a little bit. Video quality aside, again, the music that he does in these videos is kind of really cool. And it does stay pretty suspenseful and actiony throughout the entire video once you get past that sort of like initial hiccup with the volume settings. Again, link to both videos is going to be down in the description below. Next up, we've got, again, DeBrainz Nerf. This is Zombie Squads. This is his second video that he uploaded. This is a really cool outdoor location with minimal cover. I believe he's a member of the SCNC, or at least a lot of members that I recognize from the SCNC are featured in this video. I believe the Zombie Squads game mode itself is very similar to one that I've seen on Dart Dragon's channel before, but the footage itself is actually okay. The video is kind of cool. It's relatively long form videos, but they are very fun to watch, and you should definitely go check that out. And you can click the card in the top right if you want to go check that out right away. Next up, we have somebody new that I haven't featured on the channel before. I just randomly found their video when I was doing my little searches and scripts and whatnot. The channel name is Day, and I say that with a question mark not only because there's a question mark in their actual channel name, but also because I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So Day, if you see this video, just let me know real quick through Instagram or the Nerf Discord. How do you pronounce your name? I don't know, but you should check it out. This video, or this channel content creator, is from the BC Nerf Association, so the British Columbia Nerf Association. I've actually never heard of them before, but the videos are kind of cool. The location is actually really nice too. It's like a nice evergreen forest type location in British Columbia. The footage itself is a little blown out with like diffuse light, but I don't really think it detracts from the video at all. He also has one more video that he uploaded as well that's just basically spectator footage of the different game that's playing. You should go check that out as well. I don't really know how many subs this channel has because it's brand new and they don't publish it, but it seems like they've just recently started out and it's got a lot of promise in the future. Click the card in the top right if you want to go check out that channel right away. Next up, we've got a content creator called JackRabbitNerf with their video UK Quick Flag number 0. This video itself is kind of more of a showreel style video, I suppose, but I'm going to feature it anyway because there's a lot of really nice action-packed gameplay footage interspersed all the way through it. And I think with Quick Flag in particular, the rounds don't last that long, that it makes more sense to kind of like smash them all together and make little compilation edits of all of the cool action that happened in each and every round. So I'm going to put it in. This is from the BTA UK groups that are popping up more and more recently. I'm really excited to see what happens in the future, and you should definitely go check out that video. Click the card in the top right if you want to go there right away. Next up, we have a video from Foam Alliance UK called Defend the Fort. This is a really cool video. I actually really appreciated the editing style. It's also a multi-camera edit, which I really appreciate. One thing about that though, he actually gave us both long and short-ish edits of the same video, doing an unedited version and an edited version. Which one you want to check out is kind of up to you, depending on how much time you have for the actual like watching of the video. But it's a nice 3-camera setup. He's got a selfie cam. He has I think a head-mounted camera, as well as a nice wide-angle shot of the actual fort itself, which is kind of cool. And then on top of that, he kind of splices all of them together and does this really interesting crop, where you get a little bit, like more than half of the section just for the his head cam perspective. You get the selfie cam as well, and the little bit on the lower left of the screen, and you also get this cool wide-angle shot of the fort on the top. I think it's great. I think it's interesting. I haven't necessarily seen it before. I always prefer when people kind of switch all the way to the full perspective, but I think this is a great compromise considering how much time and effort goes into trying to switch that many different cameras over in a video that is like, 10 minutes plus long. So shout out to him. Click the card in the top right if you want to go check that video out right now. Next up, we actually have our featured video, and my top spot this week is Jet Blaster, and this is Hat's Omega X long shot field test. Before I say anything more about this video, I believe that this video's first and overall intention was for product placement for obviously Jet Blaster as a company and the kits that they make for their long shots or the Exuses or anything else that they do. So if you're not appreciating of that, then I'm sorry that I'm featuring this video in my top spot. However, money aside or the product placement aside, this is a very well done video, and it's got some wonderful gameplay footage interspersed in it, just like JackRabbit's video that I featured earlier in this episode. There's also some really wonderful commentary from none other than Hat from the hack.exe crew. I love Hack's channel. I love Hack's videos. I haven't seen him upload in quite a while, and this is kind of the first one that we're getting. His footage comes by way of a Sony action camera, which I am super loving. It just does superior quality to any other action camera that I've seen people film from before. And I think it's great, and I think that you will also enjoy it, and be sure to check it out. That video is going to be right over here in the bottom corner if you want to go check it out. As always, thank you so much for watching. And if you're interested in helping play your part in growing this community, definitely go check out all the videos that I've shouted out in this video. Give them a subscribe, give them a like, tell them anything that you want about the videos themselves, like what did you enjoy, what didn't you enjoy, what do you want to see more of in the future, and be a part of this wonderful growing community. Thanks everybody, and I'll see you next week.